whatever the fuck you're on top of. Top of it. Top of it. Because they usually say like top of the morning, which makes sense because it's the beginning. But you know what? I think it's irrelevant. I don't even think time of day matters. It's whatever time of day it is for you, make that a good time. Hey, good time. Hey, good time. What's up? Good time. I love that, actually. We'll stick with that. Good times. Good times. Good times. Not so good at times having to roll these. I know. I know. We might as well just get out the way. Good times. Good times. I'll be back in 3 minutes. Okay, I'm back. I was changing the lighting while we were on the ad break, and I think this might be the same one. Because I wanted something different in sci-fi, and then I was like, you know what? I think it's hurting my eyes. It's as dim as it goes, so it's okay. I'm really tired today. I I'm so funny in the way that I feel like I've experienced like chronic fatigue, right? Mostly because of the PMDD. Like I get knocked out for my periods still, even if I feel no other symptoms except the physical ones. Um, Blood loss. You pass out. What are you gonna do? You know. So like it's been a couple days and now I'm like I'm so tired today. Why am I so tired? First of all, I don't think you need a reason to just if you're tired, you're tired. You do not need a reason to like be tired, right? Why do I need to give myself one? Weird. Um, but I also like streamed longer than I slept last night and then worked today and then like did a bunch of stuff in between the two things. So yeah, it's reasonable that I'm tired. And it's funny because I just allowed myself to not even set an alarm, but I really just don't get past a certain point in the day or in my hours where I'm just like, no, I think I'm up now. So I am tired. I don't imagine this is going to be a long stream. I haven't got much to say that I really want to say at this point. I'm sort of recuperating still from coming off the rag, basically. Where I'm starting to get my creative spark back. I've been writing a lot, my new secret project, and then reading too, but that's more leisure. So I figured tonight maybe we can read. But I'm almost so tired that if I read, what if I just fall asleep? What if I fall asleep? Like of course everyone else is gonna fall asleep if I start reading. But what if I fall asleep? Then what will we do? Um, oh, where'd you get a Ram Dass gift from? Hey. I'm so motherfucking tired, y'all. I'm so tired. You guys, you want to hear something crazy? Here's what we can talk about. I can talk to babies, bro. Okay. I can literally talk to babies. I thought it was just my niece. Like a few years ago when she was a baby. Like before they can talk, you know? I thought it was just my niece and we like had a special bond because that made sense to me. I was dying when she was being born. So we were in the hospital at the same time, like across the country from each other. It's pretty amazing. Um, so I thought we just had like a real deep connection. No, I think I could just talk to babies. Like I think I can hear babies thinking. Because they know a surprising amount of language before they can actually speak. And like I'm kind of seeing it over and over again, you know. Most recently with my nephew. He's like a little fungus guy. He's like a little mushroom guy. And well he's a baby. I mean like just like actual like they grow mushrooms, not like he's not okay, okay. Don't take the hole. Don't take the hole. So sometimes we FaceTime, right? Me and the baby, and we just have conversations, and he'll get like really freaked out when I say stuff to him that will indicate that he knows what the fuck I'm saying, and that I'm saying the right thing and what he wants to hear and what he's trying to communicate. And I swear to God, it's really bizarre, but it's really helpful. It's really helpful. It's a hard one to prove, but the mothers cannot even deny. They're like, how the fuck did you start my baby? It's so weird, right? Be like, yo, the baby feels gangster today. And its mom will be like, how did you know we've been listening to rap music for the past 3 days? I'm like, I don't know, because the baby's gangster today. Like, roast beef baby. It's so weird, dude. I was like, yo, he can't sleep because he's having nightmares. And so now I have to fucking talk about good dreams and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, literally, it's crazy. It's like, I'll fix your baby. You got a baby? It cries? You don't know why it's crying? FaceTime me. Send me some money and then FaceTime me. And I'll find out what's wrong with your baby just by asking it. And I'll be able to tell you. The baby will tell me. I'll tell you. You tell the baby. It's so weird, but it works. Like, it's the craziest thing. Because it's funny when people ask me. Yeah, literally, when people ask me, like, what do you do? What are your powers? Like, in this context, it's like, dude, there's no limit. The limit does not exist. Sookie Stackhouse times 4, you know. Crazy. It's not just dead people. It's not just like people watching the stream, it's like fucking babies. Like you can hear baby thoughts. Yeah, well, a lot of them, like I said, they speak English. They just, well, they have a different way of communicating. And it's like, oh, you can guess with a baby for sure. You can like waste your time guessing what the kid wants before it can talk, or you can let it talk to me, and I'll know for some reason. I don't know. I don't know why. I don't know how. It's really bizarre, but it's true. Yeah. Oh, you want me to read? Yeah, we don't have to talk about talking about babies. So weird. The baby whisperer. I talk to animals too. I've always talked to, not always, but yeah, I mean, I feel like I've always talked to animals. I kind of remember the first time actually I connected with animals on that level. I was definitely a teenager, for sure. And I was like, my dog, my cat, I can hear them, so connected to them. Sorry for yelling. Yeah, for sure feel that. I also am team never having kids. And then I was like, is it actually possible that a man could convince me otherwise? That'd be weird, right? I'd be a hypocrite for that. But then I was like, yo, I'm a fucking baby whisperer, dude. Like, I would sling babies. No, that's not how that works. But, looking forward to what? Having a baby? Just kidding, just kidding. Um, yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, like what the fuck? It's like so weird. It's so weird. Um, be creepy, right? Can you imagine just being if I had a baby or like a kid and it just was happy all the time because I could just know its fucking needs? It's so it's fucking overwhelming sometimes to be in this. Oh yeah, animals. That's what we were talking about, dude. They don't talk. That's what I'm saying. It's really weird. They look at me and they're like, and then they show me stuff, and I'm like, oh yeah, da da da, and they're like, how are you understanding me? How come no one else can understand me? How are you listening? I was literally talking to my nephew. He wouldn't go. He has a hard time sleeping. Like at night, during the day, it doesn't really matter. It's literally so weird. Um, and I was like, I don't know. I can hear his thoughts. I don't want to divulge too much. It seems like I didn't ask him, oh, can I talk about you on the stream? Because he's not even like 1 year old yet. He can't say, yeah, la. He'd be like, what's a stream? What are you talking about? I love going to the stream. That's Horsetooth, right? And they're like, what? No. You're talking about. Okay, so I'm like, yo, you gotta change this and that in his room and then he'll probably sleep better. And she's like, really? That's what you think it is? And then he went and laid down and pretended like he was sleeping. I was like, yeah, I think so. You should just do that. So they're gonna try it and see if it works. Because how the fuck would I know that? But why did he respond in that way? I don't know. I'm explaining this badly because I'm not trying to tell like every fucking waking detail about this interaction I had with this baby. Because it's a baby. But yeah, I don't know. There's no limits. I just thought of it because people yesterday were asking me like what my psychic abilities entail. And it's like, what don't they entail? Suki can't read vampire thoughts. I don't know if I've ever met a vampire. I guess there's some people whose thoughts I haven't read. I guess I could assume they're vampires. I don't really know. Yay! Okay, Zeus, let's not even fuck Zeus. Zeus probably Zeus's kids probably regretted being had more than Zeus regretted having kids. Zeus's kids regretted having Zeus for a dad. Zeus was just hungry, bro. Did he eat one of his kids? I thought he just fucked them all. Yeah, no, fuck Zeus, dude. Zeus sucks. Zeus owned Olympus. Why? He probably put Athena and Helena on child support. No, Helen, not Helena. He ate his kids? I don't understand, like, what is the hype with Greek mythology? People really are like, oh my god, it's my favorite religion. It's my favorite mythos. Like, why? It's all rape and incest, you guys. What are you talking about? This is your favorite what? At least go ancient Egypt where they were like infighting, not incest. Like, what? Although arguably in the really early days, I think there was always just like, okay, well, there's two people on Earth. Let's not do the math. Let's just say they procreated, and then their kids procreated, and like with who? And it's like, let's not think about it too much. Let's not think about it too long. Let's actually just not think about it at all. It doesn't exist anymore. It's like, okay. Wow, the baby whisperer. So weird. Yeah. Zeus was the original fuckboy. Although, as a fuckboy, I don't want to identify with Zeus. I feel like he's, like, worse than that. He literally kidnapped Ganymede when he was 12 years old and then gave him eternal life so that he would eternally be 12 years old and then continued to hold him hostage as his own personal sex slave despite having already been married twice, having multiple children, and then having sex and impregnating some of those children, including Persephone, who was banished and made a deal to go. Yeah, no, I think she was like, I'm gonna go stay with my uncle. Like, I think it was completely voluntary. Hello. Um, no, I mean, it's weird. It's super weird. Family dynamics are weird in general. That's like why like having kids is stressful. It is just when you look at life literally or life spirituality, you kind of see, I don't know, dude. He was married to Athena. No, he was married to Helen and then he was with Athena. But I think he married both of them. But he never like yeah, like there was so many. Zeus basically invented karma. I feel like what people think Cain and Abel did is like what Zeus did, right? Like I don't know. Could you think of anyone who sinned more in this existence than Zeus? Was like the number one worst offender, perpetrator, creep, like literally, and one of the highest regarded deities in world history. And people say it's not that deep, and I didn't mean it like that, and it's a joke, or it's not that serious, or it's old, or it was different back then. Well, here's the thing. When you hang on to that stuff, how do you dissociate yourself from perpetrating it? Perpetuating it, not perpetrating it. We're talking about perps, but how do you figure that you continuously consuming it and you continuously, you know, retelling it and ignoring it or even being ignorant about it? How are you not perpetuating the cycle of it having a chokehold and influence and ultimately this negativity over whether it's us as individuals or society in general? You know what I mean? Like, you could say, oh, well, I don't like it for that reason. I like it for this other reason. And it's like, that's cool, but the other reason, it still exists. So what are you going to do? You know, like, what do you do at that point? You know? So, it's interesting, that's for sure. Weird conversation so far. It's taking a lot of turns. It's almost like I was starting with, like, the baby whisperer jokes just so we could get into more, like, family dynamics, I think. Maybe is the key. Because right, so if you look at life literally or spiritually, I feel like you can see the very clear karmic dynamics that we have in our human relationships, right? So, even in a more literal way, the idea of karma is something being passed down or passed over from some other action, right? Like you make an action and there's going to be a reaction. It's a law of science, laws of gravity, or yeah, right? Newton's laws of physics, of gravity. Every action has an equal and opposite reaction. That's sort of karma. It's the same. You could use the same terms to describe karma. I love that everyone loves this song, dude. So when you think of like a procreation, right? Procreation, it is very much a karmic cycle because it is an action that creates an equal or opposite reaction. And it is the repercussions of all of your previous actions, all of your current actions, all of your future actions, all tied to this life that you've now created, right? So crazy, so crazy. And so to go back to Zeus, he incurred so much bad karma that wouldn't you be curious to look at, like, I don't know, it's like the way that society developed beyond ancient Greece. Karmaholic, literally Zeus. Literally Zeus. Like, he took on so much karma. How did you know my next stream was going to be another dollar? I just make up random titles and I try to make it fit like a poem in a way. He was really racking up some karmic debt. And so we see that passed down in you don't. That's the thing. You don't. You pass it on to your kids. That's exactly what you see with something like Zeus and Persephone. So I don't know that much about Zeus's other children, and I don't even know who Persephone's mom is. I think it's Athena, but it might be Helen. Karma is like accounting. You gotta balance your checkbooks, and that shit sucks. Makes no sense. I failed accounting when I tried to take it online, so I never got my degree. I have a few other things to take, but I'm like, I need to actually go to school for that, don't I? Can't do that online. So the karma between or from Zeus to Persephone is like a great example of these relationships, because Zeus may have stayed arrogant and ignorant and madly super egotistical his entire life. For all we know, I'm assuming that's how it happened. So he's not necessarily going to see or live out or pay up those karmic debts that he incurred by doing those things like raping women and infidelity and kidnapping and cheating and incest and not minority, what's it called? Minor. Like all those crimes, karmic crimes. So what happens? Well, he passes it down to his kids. He's ignorant. He's not going to fix this. That's how you end up with things like generational curses, generational trauma, generational pains, breaking cycles, generational cycles, breaking these patterns, ancestral karma. And so what did Persephone have to do? She had to fix the fucking world because of what her dad did. Had to fix the fucking, literally had to just like, all right, well, my uncle's pissed at my father, probably because he's an incest, serial, cheating rapist. I mean, I'd be pissed too. Okay. So now I gotta go down there and fix it. I have to go spend 6 months in Hades and come back. Here's the real thing. She had to come back and spend 6 months in Olympus. That's even worse. That's even worse. She couldn't get out of the shit. She couldn't get out of the fucking... Oh, she always got time for me. She had to go fix it. She had to live out the karmic debt that her father incurred and that her mother incurred, because who was her mother to stay with this man? To let him rape his daughters, her daughters. Like, it's crazy. So Persephone's a great example of like having to carry a ton of karmic debt and then having all that responsibility on her. She made the seasons. She made sure the world didn't freeze over and hell didn't completely burn. Like, she had to do all the fucking work. And she doesn't get any of the credit. She's just some bitch who got sold off to Hades. She's not even her own autonomous person in any of the retellings in Greek mythology. It's crazy. But it's karma. So when you have a kid too, it's like, what did you do that you're not? You know what I'm saying? Like, what are you ignoring about yourself and what you've done? It is hard. It is hard for people to kind of, be aware enough to recognize their own faults and failures, let alone atone for them or be held accountable for them, right? So if you do want children, you need to be able to see where your karmic calculator is at before you have them, or you're going to be passing that karma down to the next. And that's it. If you don't decide to heal or what you've got going on, or like, you can't recognize your own patterns, you can't recognize your own toxicity, you can't recognize your own faults in your own childhood or your parents' parenting, how are you going to improve your parenting? If you say, well, that's the way it is and that's the way it's done, but then you simultaneously are also miserable in the moment and did not enjoy your life, then why would you stick to the script? You're either going to keep passing on that bad karma, you're going to keep being Zeus and be like, no, this is totally normal. And then we have 4,000 years later, everything he did has become totally fucking normal. And it makes our skin crawl. Well, why did that happen? Because nobody fixed it. Nobody wanted to step up to Zeus's plate. Nobody wanted to touch that karma. Nobody wanted to challenge that man. Nobody wanted to correct him. Okay. Generations, generations, and generations. Excuse you. Where do you think you are right now? What's that got to do with Zeus? Talk about horrible things in this world like pedophilia, elitism, the 1%, sadistic motherfuckers, infidelity, cheaters, and you want to bring up OnlyFans? What the fuck? I mean, if you don't want to be here, just go. I can't, I don't get that one. You lost me. You're lost, I think. You didn't lose me, I think you're lost. Anyways, cheers. Hi, baby. Contributed to what? Dom, if you got something to say it to me, okay? Is he talking about you? Do you make fucked up music? You and me, we've lit a fuse. I don't care if we're born to lose. Going to infinity. What does he mean, infinity? The fuck are y'all talking about? I'm so sick of y'all, okay? Consider me a bitch. Consider me a bitch. You know what? Consider me a bitch. That's my new tagline. You know what? Consider me a bitch. Hey, why don't you consider me a bitch? Okay, just stop. Nobody else is digging it as much as you do. Because it's a great word, and I am. Sometimes I get so sick of being nice. And the thing is, I'm not even that nice. I'm like a really kind and thoughtful person, but no, I'm not nice by almost any definition or any means. So this is boring. This is a really boring night. It takes so much for me to be bored. Y'all are boring. Y'all are really boring. Well, I'm glad you feel that way, Blake. Thanks so much. I'm really glad. What are we talking about? I was like just talking about my nephew and it turned into Greek mythology for some reason. Well, because babies are karmic connections. And so it's interesting that I feel like I never want children because I take all my karmic lessons to the face. I've avoided that all this time because I've been able to just deal with the karma as it comes to me, right? And there's other ways to experience it. And I've had probably more lovers than people with children. Not always true. Not always true. Some people have a lot to learn. But I've had more lovers than people have children. That's normal, right? You really only have like, I don't know, at most 5 kids. Most people have more lovers than that. No, so a lot of my relationships have been very karmic because I choose to stay out of the familial dynamic. Listen, I don't talk about that because I was always a diehard yeah, no, and then it's like, well, there was, and it's like, why? I don't even know. I don't even know. Hi, you were fun the other night. Thanks for coming back. I was always into adoption, but I'm way more into freedom. Shut up. You don't even know him. They're okay. They're cute after 6 months. You ever seen a baby pop out the fucking womb? Oh my god. It freaks me out. Freaks me out. I'm like, what is going on there? Their little ankles and those toes. Oh my god, they're like red. They look like yeah. And so far, freedom 100% winning. The process for freedom, insanely long. The process for kids is like, they might take care of you when you're old in case you're poor. Okay. That's a maybe. That's like that, they might. That's like the only pros for kids. They're fun, but so are the ones that aren't mine. Okay. Freedom, just the list that keeps on listing. The pros of freedom. Oh yeah. Insane. No, opposite. I think they're so much better. Like the older they get, the more awesome they become. See, and I've thought about that too. None of them. I wouldn't want none of them, dude. Like none of them. That's why it's like, yeah, no, it's probably not for me. But like, yeah, I don't know. Certain things in life make me question whether or not I'm supposed to do it. Such as being a baby whisperer. Would it be the easiest thing in the world for me if I could just know what the baby's thinking because I know what babies think? That's crazy to think about. Where it'd be like, oh, it's the cheat code, but it's built into my brain. Why? Wild. Why? It's a lot of responsibility. I don't really love making decisions. I don't like making decisions for myself, and then you'd be like 100% responsible for making decisions for someone else. No, that's what I'm saying. Like, potentially, but also just my whole, like, lackadaisical detachment that I just, like, care so much, but also, like, could not care less, actually. Um, you know? But the baby whisperer thing, I'm like, that's crazy. That's really wild. That's really wild. I just know what they're thinking. It's like, keeps happening. It's like, at what point do you just be like, yes? Talk to dead people and living people. The closer you are. Oh, God, I immediately almost said Aries. I feel like he is an Aries. I feel like something in me, like God said he's an Aries because he was the first. He wasn't the first God, but he was the first. What do they call him? Like the half human. What are those? Wasn't he? Because he like built Olympus, so he would be number one, right? Um, Whereas his first wife, number two. I, I don't think Leos are evil enough. I mean, I could be wrong about Leos, but the only like evil Leo in anything is like Benito Mussolini. And like, yeah, that dude's evil, but the list for everyone else is way longer. I can't even think of a celebrity that's a Leo that people don't like. Like, oh my god, David Duchovny had a sex addiction. Can you guys please leave him alone? Like, I'm sorry, he wasn't always a perfect angel. He was sometimes an asshole. Is he like a terrible person because he had a fucking addiction? No. Oh, I'm sorry, baby. We weren't meaning to talk to you about that. I'm so sorry. It was not about like some areas are cool, but yeah, they get a bad rep for a fucking reason. It's that hot headedness. That's like, you know, when I sometimes say stuff and it's like, girl, you just took it way too far. That's because my Mercury is in Aries, bro. You know how my love life seems like really chaotic and I'm all over the place and always flirting with everyone? Why? Because my Venus is in Aries. Okay. So, uh, yeah. It is what it is, you know? Aries wildin' all the time. It's cool though. It's like fine. Um, Athena was a bad bitch, but what the fuck was she let? She just let Zeus get all this was going on. What the fuck? I don't know. Was she a bad bitch? Was she bad, bitch? The fuck? I don't know. I don't really know the stories well enough to know. Did she like dump him? I agree. They're charismatic, they're fun, they're hot, they're charming, they're like impulsive and free, I think are good things. It's not to everyone. They're quick thinkers, quick on their feet, good with conversation, can talk to anybody, jokesters, you know. It's really that hot headedness and the temperament that gets them. That taking it too far and roasting and not knowing when to stop, but in a less playful way than Sagittarius or Leo, right? Because Leos are the first ones to get sensitive, and Sagittarius are the first to be like, "Oh, I'm sorry," and Aries are the ones who just will like go in harder and harder and harder and not know when to stop and not be joking anymore. You know? What do you mean? What are the signs named after? Their constellations and my what? You said yours. The signs are all constellations. Yeah. Like they're all constellations. I'm a Taurus. Why do I look so mad right now? Is anybody else catching that? I look mad. Is it just because I got all this eyeliner? I think it's the eyeliner, yeah. Because like I don't think I'm that mad. Do my eyebrows look mad? No, it's this making me look mad. No, that's what I'm saying. This is throwing me off though, because I keep catching my like I'll be reading the chat and I'm like, damn, why do I look so mad? And then it's like, I don't think I do. Thank you. I think it's the makeup. I think it's just the makeup. It's weird. Look, I did it in the car, so it was like, uh-oh. Fucked it up. Let's just go ham. Let's just keep going. Let's just make it big. Let's just go big, because we're not going home, so let's go big. Um, I feel like in this moment, I got, oh, that's interesting. I don't think I have any Cancer in my chart. I don't know about the houses and stuff, though. Um, I'm hearing like a good Charlotte song. You say I'm a dreamer, I say you're a non-believer. What is that called? Take out the lights, start screaming. I think it's called Screaming. No one believes in you don't either. Tell me what to do. It's an old ass song. It's probably their first album. I don't even know. I don't know why that popped in my head, but if you want to listen to it, maybe there's a message in it. Again, I don't even know what it's called. Screamer or something. Good Charlotte. So random. Yeah, it is. I don't even know like the last time it is their first album. It's funny. I literally don't even know the last time I fucking heard this. They really had a chokehold on my aesthetic for a long time. Elon Musk probably does need tarot, but Elon Musk would probably not sit through a tarot reading, is what I would guess. He seems like the type. I think Jeff Bezos would actually really like a tarot reading, and he would sit there and be like, okay, I'm going to think about this, and then change his entire personality the next day or something. No. I'm not really heavy into any specific spiritual teachings. That's like, I'm just chaos. I think you want to know something? You want to really know something? And I don't think about this too much, but I remember it well. Okay. And in a sense, it felt like a sexual awakening, but I think it was more like a religious awakening. I will never forget when I was in probably 6th grade and I saw this on TV. And I would not know. Wait, this isn't what I want. Hold on, I really want. I don't know if I'll find. Man, I don't know how to explain it. Guess I'll just send a picture so it's too confusing. And I'm trying to find a clip. I'm not looking at the chat, by the way. So if y'all are talking, I just want to say I'm hearing "Start Wearing Purple" by Coco Portello. Something about a computer and potatoes. That's what I'm saying in response to the chat that I can't see. Look, there's like no one there and no one's talking. Baked potatoes. Crispy fried onions. I'm hearing like large fries, chocolate shake, like this song. None of this is doing her. This one. This one. This is a random fucking Google image. Tracked one down. 44444. Okay. Eris. I know it took too long. Oh, that's good. Only for a couple hours? That takes sad. Why only the past couple hours? Because you've been depressed since your breakup, which is like almost uncanny and weird, yeah? So, okay, when I saw Eris and heard Eris talking, she's like based on the actual goddess Eris, right? There is a goddess Eris, the goddess of chaos. So, and she's Greek mythology as well. So this cartoon character is based off of the Greek goddess Eris, and she really was. She awoken, the dark femme in me. I think, like really early on, like the fact that I was into the show Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy is kind of hilarious in the first place, right? Um, so this would be like a. I don't really love this image. I don't really love any. Okay, this one's good. This would be like a less cartoonish. More Greek version of her. Let's Fonk. Oh, that one has a character limit, so the link doesn't work. That's good. Okay, well, you can look her up. Eris, again, as a figure in Greek mythology, I don't know much about. But Eris, in terms of the Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy, was an icon and a very early heroine in my childhood influence, my adolescent influence. I was probably in like 5th or 6th grade when that aired on TV, and she was just like, I am chaos. Life is chaos. And I was like, yo, she makes a good point. Like, I was indoctrinated Christian at the time. I had not really considered much for other deities, let alone the goddess of chaos. I was like, wow, she's a goddess and she's just chaos. So I feel like really early on, one of the only deities that ever stood out to me is Eris. First one and only one. I know it had a character limit. I just said that. It's just a picture anyway. Just Google the goddess Eris. She balances chaos. She has the apple. I don't really know what the function of the apple is. I think it's like a tempting thing. It's sort of like where I think Christians get their whole Adam and Eve story from. It's probably Eris. Eve ate the apple. It was Eris's apple, rather than God or the snake or whatever the fuck. Brought chaos into the world. I was gonna say, as I got older, and when I was learning about deities, Kali was the one I chose. Kind of, you know, like Eris appeared before me, and I said, "Oh, I like that." But when I worked in a crystal shop and I saw all of the deities, I liked Kali the most. You know, I liked Kali the most. I kind of chose her. But the Egyptians chose me. And I kind of ignored that. I never ignored it, but I didn't really like understand it. Now I know it's Anubis. I thought, in the early days I was like, um, they're married? Kali and Shiva? Is that why you said that? Osiris. Is that even his name? I feel like it's Orias. It's Osiris. Why would I even? Yeah, I feel like it's OR for some reason, but it's literally not. So Osiris felt like the one that I should know, like back in the day. But Bastet was the one that I wanted to know. Okay, and Anubis was the one that wanted to know me. And the reason that is because I like cats. So I was like, I don't want the dog. Why would I pick the dog? I'm gonna pick the cat. Okay. Bastet does nothing for me. Bastet is there to say, worship me. And I say, okay. That is it. Anubis is there to help me. Anubis is there to guide me, protect me, love me. But Osiris, he is a gentler being. He is like the master in the original, right? And he passed down what he had to Anubis. Anubis passes that down to me because they all work, they're the dead deities. And I'm like, oh, that makes sense. That makes sense. That makes sense. That makes sense. That would be why that was. Yeah. Okay, that's cool. That's cool. So I think that's why I always liked sort of chaos magic. This is 17 out of 17th. Didn't ever really get too bogged down or tied to any religion, deity, practice, or anything. I do think it's a lot harder, though. I'm realizing it's a lot harder. I'm seeing other people's results. But my measurements, it would be wisdom. It would be power. It would be success within happiness. Myself would be my standards. And not so much what I have. Maybe because I lose in that way. Or maybe because I felt like I was losing when I had all that. So you did do what Ram Dass did. Yeah. Debatable. They did it at half the time at half the age. Right. You know what I mean? And it's fun to be able to share these findings, these teachings, these learnings. And it's because I took everything personally. As much as people will tell you not to take things personally, and I will even once in a while say not to take things that people do personally. But in another way, I think you should take everything personally. In the sense that if we attract what we are what we eat. We, occasionally bite a hand that feeds. We should take everything personally in that we are experiencing it and have an understanding of why we are witnessing it. Where is the familiarity? Where is this personal to me? What does make this appear before my person? So that's, I don't know. I am tired. If it feels like a kind of a sleepy conversation, it's just because I am tired. I think, it's a good line. Did you write that? It's nice. Okay, yeah, thank you. I'm glad somebody's asking a question. I've been talking about weird, random stuff for the last 50 minutes. And I'm thinking, I don't even know if this is making sense or if I just sound like a degenerate right now. I don't even know. So, loneliness, yeah. Okay. Certain songs, I think, can definitely help with that. But personally, I find that I do spend a lot of my time alone. I don't know if people really realize that, and it's not always been that way, but it has always kind of been that way. And I do like to be alone, but I also do experience loneliness, right? So I think when I'm stressed out, I feel lonelier than when I'm not stressed. I feel content being alone when my company that I keep is good. And I feel discontent being alone when the company I keep is bad. Sometimes, a lot of times, I'll talk to myself And sometimes I look at myself while I talk to myself. It's a crazy concept. But if you think of it, your body. No. What the fuck? Yeah, sure. I don't really know what you mean by that, which is why I just went, no. But that's probably not the truth. I have quite a few friends. I just still spend a lot of my time alone because I work alone for the most part. Like, whether I'm working for myself or for someone else, like, I'm alone when I'm working. And so, where a lot of people go to work and they're getting a social need fulfilled, I don't get that. I work alone. So, I don't have that. Oh, really? That's sad. That's sad as fuck. I think it might be where I'm from. I think it gets harder and harder to deny it because we're in a high abduction area. And so I think a lot of people I've always known, people who fuck with aliens, are extraterrestrials. Yeah, for sure. I deal with PMDD, so I question my foundations routinely every month. Question everything along the way, too. That's good. I'm a go with the flow person. But okay, so because I spend the time alone, I uh, I can't tell. I can't even tell if I'm extroverted or introverted. It's like you really can't be so extroverted if you spend as much time alone as I do. But because I'm comfortable talking to myself, something tells me that I'm very comfortable seeing myself as someone to spend time with, right? And like that's kind of a key thing. You said you were comfortable sitting with yourself for the past few hours. You finally became, all right, maybe I am good company, that's good. So sometimes looking in a mirror can make you feel like you've othered yourself, right? Where you're like, oh, this is a different person than what I'm used to because I see this person through first person perspective. The way that I see myself is unique to me and me only. No one will ever see me like this. Pretty much everyone sees me like this, though. So if I'm talking to myself without a mirror, I'm talking to me, right? If I'm talking to myself in a mirror, I'm talking to the me that has to go out into the world. I'm telling that person how to be, how to act, how to look, how to go out there and do things. Whereas when I'm talking to myself, I'm talking about things, talking things out, talking to whoever comes to send a message or visit or whatever, right? But if I'm looking in the mirror, hey, this is what we got to do. This is what's getting done. This is that's on you, right? It's not even about befriending yourself. Some people will say you have to be your own best friend, but I think you just have to be your own best confidant and be able to work with yourself, yeah? We have a very functional team going on here. um, Being able to work things out in that way and being able to be comfortable speaking to myself. It's funny what people would consider crazy or insane or whatever. Like a lot of people, thank you for the follow, Troy. Um, yeah. Well, here's the thing. I sometimes can't deal with myself either, but I embrace that and try to just laugh because I don't know if y'all know this, but I'm extremely annoying. And I know everyone's gonna say, "Oh, you're not that annoying. It's not that bad." Blah blah blah. Even people in my real life, when I'm like, "Oh my god, I'm being annoying," they're like, "No, you're not." But then, what up? If you don't laugh, you cry. Amen. Um, your name's really throwing me off, my guy. Poogar? Why would you want that? Anyways, he's like, it's my last name. Like, oh god, I wouldn't tell people that. Oh my god, you're just like flaming this dude. Stop. This all is too much right now. You know what is um Jesus Christ. We have to roll ads. It's 3 minutes until we have to roll ads. I know. Mom! Mommy! Okay, what the fuck are we talking about? That some people would see me as insane. That's all. Probably. Yeah, probably. Probably some advanced genitalia, even, if you will. What? True, though. You know? Let's just roll the ads and come back to the conversation. We're talking about loneliness and extraterrestrials, but maybe the extraterrestrials, I don't feel that lonely. Where sometimes I lay back and I'm like, man, why am I having these violently intrusive thoughts? Why am I spewing so much blood? Why do I feel like this? Why do I want to crawl out of my skin? Why do I want to rip off my skin and then crawl out of it? Why do I want to tear my muscles from my bones? Okay. Why is that? Personally, I think it's that. So sometimes I tap in. I'll feel the pain come on, and I'm like, what up? And then like, hey, thanks for letting us in. Come on, okay, cool. You just stand, sit still. You just watch something, yeah, don't move. And then they do their thing. Nah, we'll talk about it after the ad break. Or y'all will be like, okay, let's never talk about this again. We'll see how it goes. cool. So anyways, maybe we shouldn't talk about how I, like, seriously am like, no, alien abduction is probably super plausible. It's not even, like, possible. Well, no, possible, but, like, plausible. Because if it's possible, it's, like, could be done in theory, but if it's plausible, it's likely to happen, right? So I would say that it's plausible. And in my own experience, it's like, well, that actually is it kind of makes more sense than, like, most of the other things that people would guess. Because it's like, I don't want to get into it. I think it's too hard to explain. There's some things that you experience or that happens, and again, if you try to say it out loud, then people are like, oh, you're schizophrenic, you need to be medicated, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, well, until you talk to a schizophrenic person or someone who medicates schizophrenic people, and they're like, oh, I don't think that you are. You said you've done drugs. Yeah, okay. But I don't really anymore, do I? No. Sure, I smoke weed. There's been so many different phases in my life in which I did or I didn't, or I did this and I did that, that there's I've been trying to deny these things for a long time, that I can read minds or talk to dead people or fucking have been abducted by aliens. I don't know what the fuck. Amen. Let's go out. That's how it's supposed to be. We're young and wild and free. And then some would argue that I'm not young and too wild and therefore too free. Okay. What's young to you? We're gonna live to be 85 years old? Like, oh my god. No, first of all, no thanks. Second, I would say 30 is pretty young in that case. Like, okay. I don't know. Are you telling me I'm a fake reader? Because I'm not doing any tarot right now? Or is it because most readers aren't going to sit here and talk about extraterrestrial contact with you while they're doing tarot readings? Yeah, no, I am. I'm literally dedicated to the life. That's the thing. That's the thing that happened. That's what happened. Killed my business. I've been doing tarot since 2000. I've been using tarot cards since 2012. I've been doing tarot since 2018. And I've become beyond tarot, the measurement of tarot, more of this the past year, right? When I started doing it every day, I didn't have to keep doing it anymore. I don't have to do it anymore. I just don't need cards. It's kind of crazy. It's kind of annoying. It's kind of like what we've been talking about a lot on the stream this past week. That's why I let people ask questions, because if it were up to me, I'd just start talking. And some of the stuff I like to talk about on here is stuff that people on here like to talk about with me. Like, that's why I came on here. I was like, man, being a necromancer is one thing. Being a baby whisperer is a totally other thing, right? Like, that's crazy. If no one has anything in particular to ask, right? So definitely about the life. But that's sort of what we were getting into when I brought up Eris and I was bringing up Kali, is that we make choices that, how do you say, to make a predetermined choice? Because this is God's play. We were born, casted into the roles of the characters that we were written for. That's cool. And there is a script, but there's some improvisation in the script. God says, okay, here's your marks. But once you get there, you decide which one you want. But God has written it so that the choice is already made later in the script. But you, the actor, the character, still get to make the choice. Okay, so how does that work? If God already made the script, then how can I make a choice? Isn't there a wrong choice? What will happen? But nothing will happen. You're inevitably going to make the choice that was always written, even if you're the one choosing it, even if God's the one writing. Okay, that is insanely beautiful. And if you don't get what I'm saying, You don't have to. Because one day, it'll come to you, and you will get it. And you'll say, oh my God, that's beautiful. And it won't be right now. It'll just be like kind of some time in passing. You'll be probably walking along some sidewalk with a lot of trees on it, and there will be leaves on the ground. Whether it's springtime shedding or fall all around. And you'll walk and you'll think about this conversation we had right now. And you'll say, God, I wonder if she still streams 111. And, oh, I remember when she said something. I'm predicting the future. I remember when she said something that didn't seem to make sense at the time. But now that I see this happening in my life, I made the choice to turn right. I made the choice to go back. I made the choice to do that. Now I understand what she's saying, because here I am. No matter what I did, I still walked down this path. I still saw these trees. I still stepped on these leaves. And I still thought about what she said. God damn it, she's good. Yes, I do. I get confused. I straight up get confused. Stuff happening. I wake up and I'm like, no, that totally happened. And then it'll happen. I'm like, how did that not already happen? I thought that already happened. It's like, oh no, that was a dream. I've been obsessed with my dreams. I was like obsessed with sleeping for a while. I was like obsessed with just going deep in there and just, yeah, diving and divulging too much into the dream and dream world. Yeah. So I don't know. It's not that I don't dream. It's not like you choose, but I do think that I hadn't considered it until right now, but I do think that maybe the shorter dreams is probably my body's way of not letting me dream. I'm sorry, the shorter sleep increments is my body's way of not letting me dream. I hadn't really thought about that. I hope not. I mean, yeah, but I don't know. I don't know. Don't ask me trippy stuff like that, man. I deal with enough paranoia as it is. Am I dreaming right now? Yeah, I'm always kind of a daydreaming person. Big visualizer, big manifester. Yeah. So, do I have like a daydream? Sure. Right. There you go. Wake up to find out that you are the eyes of the world. That was a wrong Grateful Dead song. Had nothing to do with dreams. I was gonna say, for this is all a dream we dreamed one afternoon long ago. Why do I look like Grumpelstiltskin tonight? It's just eye makeup. It looked good in real lighting, like daytime stuff, but now it's just making me look like so much angrier than I would even be looking angry. Nobody's. Yeah, okay. Let's all slow down. Nobody is sipping on any scissor. Okay? And I am not agreeing with the sentiment that we are pro drugs here. Okay? We're pro medicine here. Cheers. We're pro medicine. Okay? Thanks for the follow, Ook. Was it the bong rip? I'm not doing tarot right now or ever on this fucking stream anymore. I'm just kidding. I do a little bit of tarot here and there, but I haven't been motivated to do the cards because it's too draining and y'all ask the same goddamn questions week after week and nobody even talks to me, so I stopped. don't. I started with Catholicism, so start there. And then it's like, yeah, never mind. I don't want to do that. Exactly. It's not. Okay. So I was a devout Catholic for about 25 fucking years. No, I wasn't devout for 25 years. I've been a Catholic for 25 years. Technically, probably 27, 28 years. I started attending a Catholic preschool when I was 3. I'm now 31. That's how long I've been Catholic. Go ahead. I don't religiously go to Mass anymore, but I go special occasions, holidays, funerals. Probably. Yeah. Okay. There's a lot of layers to it. This is the type of questions that I'd expect to be asked, right? So, Troy, listen. I'm not joking about the Catholic stuff. Think about this. Like, Jesus is a necromancer. Not only did he get murdered and bring himself back to life, but in the Bible, there are stories of Jesus bringing others back to life. I believe it was Lazarus that he just straight up brought back to life. Not even thinking of the lepers that he brought back from the verge of death, or the way he could kind of like turn around and revitalize people's lives too. So the way he talked to God, Jesus was a necromancer. I don't think the Bible really says that, but they say it over and over again that he brought people back from the dead and could talk to the dead and was dead at one point. You could consider him a zombie or a vampire, but in reality, he was a necromancer. So in the Catholic Church, it's a lot different. It's a lot different than like other Christian churches. And I didn't realize this until I was more like in the past year or two. Started really fully realizing it. There's always been jokes within the church about Catholics being lazy Christians, fake Christians, blah, blah, blah. And I didn't understand it because I was like, we go to Mass every fucking week, sit, stand, kneel, pray, servitude, solitude, quiet, confession, religious sacrifice, and sacraments. I'm like, what more do you people want? Right? Okay. Well, what the Christians want is a less ritualistic shit, less alcohol, less sinning, less forgiveness. Like most Christians are all about the repent, 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 suffer, repent, suffer, repent, suffer, repent. Catholics are like, listen, man, there's been a ton of suffering, right? Let's just say we're sorry. Drink some fucking wine inside the what? Most religious people don't even drink alcohol. Like most religions and religious people abstain from alcohol entirely. Catholics drink it in church during Mass. Because what? Well, what did I just spend the last year doing? Oh, I made this white potion, used some wine and some herbs and blah, 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 blah. I did it all on stream. Y'all saw me. And I'm like, damn. Oh, damn. That's pretty crazy, isn't it? Like, that's pretty crazy, isn't it? So, what are they doing doing that? That's what I do as a witch. That's what I do as a chaos magician. That's what I do as a spiritualist. That's what I do as a holy man. I make potions out of wines and other alcohols. So, what are Catholics, Christians doing it in Mass? Okay, so it's very taboo. So when I say this stuff, it's like, yeah, go ahead, try it. You won't want to. It's very boring. You have to have so much resolve, and people like don't get that. I could probably just read anyone's minds and spy on anybody I wanted to at any time. But listen, that's a lot of karma to take on. It's a lot of responsibility. It's already hard. It's already hard to kind of like be on someone's mind. So my personal resolve, right, is to only know if someone's thinking or talking about me, or help people and allow myself to hear people, feel people who are consenting. by either paying me or joining me via live stream or watching my content or whatever it is, right? Otherwise, it'd be a free-for-all. It's not like Sookie Stackhouse. It's miserable life. Because here's the thing. I grew up on Jesus. I grew up on red wine. I grew up on necromancy, right? Praying. So they say, pray to God, pray to God, pray to God. Well, okay, again, Christians, most Christians are like, this is Jesus in a white robe. Catholics are like, look at his dead body hanging on the cross, naked and stabbed and bleeding. That's necromancy. I was in Catholic school for 11 fucking years, bro. You'll never get this. No, you can never become this. It's already too late. You know what I mean? You already missed that train. But yeah, my life was fucking miserable up until these days. I had a lot of fun, but I had the same kind of fun anybody would have anytime, yeah? But I would also express over emotions, and now I understand that more. Because the dead knew that they could see through me, and that I was a messenger before I knew. And the first person to talk to me was who? Jesus. I didn't realize that when you pray to him, he doesn't literally, oh, yeah, like, duh. So it's a long time, and it was servitude. It was so much servitude in my life. I gave my whole life, gave all my childhood to Jesus, you know? And I still did other things. I had other passions. I didn't grow up in a super overly religious household just because I went to Catholic school. Good balance. I knew a lot of witches growing up and alternative people, right? Yeah, yeah, yeah. And I have the slash because I'm very into romancy as well. I can help you with that. I can definitely make you more romantic. I can help you with words and you know, love in a better, more real way. With the necromancy, I wouldn't bother at all, no. It's a life of servitude. You serve the dead. So, like, I was serving them probably way before I realized it. So I would say some pretty intense, overwhelming stuff to people and not even know why and not understand it and not want to and regret it. And I still will bring stuff up, but now that I'm openly aware of what I do, it's a lot easier for other people to, okay, say something about it, right? Because back in the day, I probably said stuff all the time and people would, and I just don't remember. They'd be like, oh, that reminds me of my so-and-so who blah, blah, blah. And I'd be like, oh, cool. And just keep it moving. Like, that's what it was at the time. Oh, yeah, that's great. Bye. Forever. Now it's more like, ah, yes. That's what I do. I talk to dead people. I commune with the dead, so I can hear what they say to you and what they want to tell you. But before I knew what was going on, even though I was practicing it and being indoctrinated into doing it, okay, there was this kind of saying these things. Oh, knowing the wisdom. Yeah, because I listen. Because they tell me something, and oh, okay, yeah, it helps me know people. I adapt to things. I've never feared death. Made my living much easier that way. Hey, Raiders. Thank you. Tarot Lady in the church. How's it going? I'm not doing any tarot right now, by the way, to the new people in the crowd. And I'm sorry if you want to chat with us. You should. Gotta give it a follow. Oh, cool, you are? I've been digging Leo energy lately. It's probably because it's summertime. I'm so ready for Leo season. We gotta get through Cancer season first, but I'm ready for Leo season anyway. Let's finish Gemini season strong, yeah? Okay. So, thank you. Not doing any tarot right now. I haven't really been doing tarot on my channel in general lately. I'm only on the tarot category, as we're still talking kind of tarot topics. Right now, we're in-depth, deep dive of necromancy and talking about my religious indoctrination that, like, basically taught me how to talk to dead people by forcing me to talk to dead Jesus and relive his death over and over again and continuously talk to him. So that's what we're doing. Hopefully that is interesting. And you can ask anything. That's the whole point of the chat mode and being on a tarot category. Don't hold back. I'm Illuminati Miss Decks. I have several tarot decks. God said, why are you using cards? It's a waste of time and energy. And I was like, okay, that could be a good point. Because if you want, we can just do messages. So funny sometimes, the stuff we get. Validation not required, but feedback is great. And yes, okay, hear me out. You can ask anything, but I prefer you don't ask. Just think about it, and let me see if I can answer for you. Yeah, that's how I like to do it. I love when people don't tell me anything, and I just can focus in on whoever's focused on the channel. So bring me all your woes. How should I say? Wrap your troubles in dreams, send them all my way. That's a little take on Nico, yeah? And okay, so you want to sing. You think you want to sing, you want to switch to music stream. I think you should do it. I think, okay, because you are already in a church. And if I am sitting here talking, I'm not even doing tarot, and I'm on the tarot channel, and you're the tarot lady, and you're like on the music channel, I think it still makes sense. And church is gospel. Is that what it was? Yeah. Okay, who's next? Okay. Somebody eats more carrots if your eyes are hurting. I don't know how legitimate that is, but carrots do have carotene. So if you are looking for a more natural thing, I don't know that it'll necessarily lighten your hair or help with your teeth. But carotene, carrots. You need to eat more carrots. A lot of people left. Okay, well, some people aren't into this. Some people just want the tarot. Who else? Oh, it might be beta carotene if that makes more sense. You might need to just take a supplement. But yeah, you could eat carrots. That's pretty much like the only thing that I could think of. Somebody was curious about what song I was just singing. Wrap your troubles in dreams by Nico. Send them all away. I'm gonna pull it. I'm gonna grab it because it's like what? I think it's on the extended Super Deluxe, The Velvet Underground and Nico, but it might only just be on Chelsea Girls. It is on both. So I'll send you the Chelsea Girl version. Oops. Clicked an ad. Oh my god, I love carrots too. I literally just eat them whole raw. Like sometimes I'll peel it a little bit. Sometimes I'm like, let God do its job, you know? Fucking love. Just like, oh my god, a carrot? I don't know why. Definitely like a rabbit. Okay. So who's next? Again, think about it. What are you asking me? What do you need to know? What do you want clarity on? What are you answering? Don't put it in the chat. Just think about it. You don't even have to reveal yourself, right? But then if I'm right, you can let me know because again, validation unrequired. Feedback appreciated. Yes. Okay. Okay. You thinking? Think. Questions. What do you want confirmation? What do you need answers for? Think. Somebody is calling me computer brain, or maybe there's a place called Computer Brain. I don't know. It could be like a local computer repair. You do need to go up there. You need to take your computer in. You cannot fix this. You cannot fix it. You have to take your computer in. Who else? I'm hearing something about a shelf. Slowly roll, hold, and also elaborate. What is now and why? And then I can answer your question for you. So something about a shelf. I don't know if it's like top shelf or like on the shelf, or kind of feeling like a little bit like there's like a top shelf thing, but it might be about hanging an actual shelf or some kind of shelving unit. Um, no. I think it was top shelf. Maybe Top Chef. Something about Gordon Ramsay. I don't know. Um, so what else? Anybody else think? Oh, if you're considering this chef competition, you might as well just do it. Fuck it. If that's what that Gordon Ramsay message was, fucking do it. What do you mean? Why not? I mean, if you even think that you could apply or do something like that, then why not? No one will even know you applied. Right? Like, who cares? Like, just go for it. Is somebody eating, like, I don't want to say Wonder Bread, but you grew up eating maybe Wonder Bread and butter, fold it over and just bite into it. And sometimes you would take the crust, dip the crust in butter. So you grew up eating Wonder Bread and butter, and now you're this kind of like amazing chef, and you're like debating if you're like Gordon Ramsay level appreciation. Nice. And you can't even fathom like having that kind of worth because you come from absolute whatever, and something changed in you watching this right now. You're like, oh wow, okay, good, yeah, go. They left. They're going to apply for that thing. Yeah, they're gonna get it too. Mark that. They'll come back and be like, hey man, no they won't. People hate this. They're like, I don't want to be exposed. I don't want someone in my head. I don't want someone reading my mind. Yeah, well, I don't want to have to sit here and exhaust myself talking to all y'all when I can just, hey, shh, got you. Listen. It's a lovely time. It's a lovely time. I'm just joshing. I could, maybe those were all misses. I don't know, but most people don't say anything. So, but the people who do always say yes. Okay. Or it's like, oh yeah, that was me. Oh yes, I just did the same thing. So it's like, I don't need the validation. I have enough people to confirm the accuracy of my readings, even if they're energy readings. But the feedback is nice because then it's like, okay, I guess it's a message lost in existence, but somebody is wants their turn. You had KFC for dinner, in case you weren't sure if I was talking about you. You haven't got a fucking clue. You don't even know what to do with life anymore, probably. You just don't feel like you were the same person as you were before or something like that. I don't know. Can't help you. I'm hearing some bit of the 33333 desperation here, being lost to something. I listened to this song today. It's Sometimes a River by String Cheese Incident. Probably not your thing. It's like a jam band. I'm hearing somebody getting real lost deep into themselves, into this black void. It's almost like your black hole inside. They can't be filled. So you're like, I'm just not the same person as I used to be. Why is that? Why is there no fill? Why is there no energy? Why don't I feel the same way? Think of it this way. You kind of need a jump start, right? Like, think of yourself. Listen, people are not cars. Don't get me wrong. It's terrible because especially when, people so commonly want to debate the mileage of a woman, or whatever kind of sick analogies they make, or Cyndi Lauper coming out and saying, who cares how old I am? Am I a car? You're going to check under the hood? No. All right. So don't think that I'm equating people's value or worth to the same as a car or undermining a car's value here, right? Right's good. But think of yourself as a car in the sense that cars sometimes need tune-ups, right? So you can do the tune-up. Maybe your car's not running that good and you can't figure out why, and it's just slowing down. You've tried everything, done the oil change, and you got the wax and the jobs and the tires and the fucking gears all done. That's cool. So you did everything to your car and it's still not running right. It's slowing down, working less and less. Okay, gosh, what is this hole inside of me? Why is my car not working? I do everything right. I take care of myself. I pay my bills. I go to work. I go to school. I get my kids there on time. I fucking eat right and I'm healthy. I exercise. I go to the gym. Why do I feel like this empty black hole pit of a person? Same with the car. I got the bumper replaced. I got the brakes replaced. I got the fucking engine check light off. Why the fuck is it so run down? What happens to the car? Battery dies. Boom. Battery was getting weaker and weaker. You're putting all... Okay. No, I'm talking. You put all this work into the whole... Okay, yes, I can hear you. Okay. You put all this work into the car. You forget how it fucking runs. It's got a fucking battery. The battery's running out of juice. And here you are slowing down, putting all this time and effort into whatever you wanted to do. And you forgot about the dang battery. Same with you. You're like, but I did the work. I put the food. Yeah, but did you rest? Did you relax? Did you take leisure time? Did you take a day off? Did you sleep? Did you, right? Did you do any of those things? No? Okay, well, your battery's dying. Your battery's losing charge. So what does the car need when the battery is dying? Do I need to block you already? What the fuck? Y'all seeing this? The fuck? Why are you trying to... We should just get rid of it, huh? And now it's just quiet. I'm like, okay, that's a band then, right? I mean, I usually like to get a group consensus. Like, am I being dramatic or was that a weird thing to say when I was doing a car analogy trying to help someone feel better? Because what the fuck does the car need for its dying battery but a jump start? It needs a whoop. It needs someone else to come in and go poop poop and run their engine and charge it up and give it a spark to get it to the next part and maybe get a new fucking battery in there. Right? Okay, so you can't actually get a jump start as a person unless you're having a heart attack. Somebody's like really overwhelmed with my energy or their energy or something's going on. But they just got here. They just walked into the crowd. What's going on? What's going on? Do we need to talk about it? Troy Vino really running their mouth and then just stop. What? So anyway, if you're feeling a little run down, you probably just need a spark. It doesn't matter if you took a bath and went to work and paid your bills and did your laundry and everything. You know? You kind of sometimes need to actually just sit down. Rest. Okay. Meditate. It's good. So never really equate yourself to a car, but it's the same, very similar function. Sometimes you just need a spark. Sometimes you need an inspiration, a muse, a manic pixie home star, right? Something like that. Just to get you going. Just human connection, even. Because think of the jumper cables in the cars to the battery. Because sometimes it's not the maintenance from within, but the helping hand from around and about. Yeah, okay. That's cool. Yeah, that's cool. So anyway, do we want more? I'm not getting a whole lot of feedback here. Did y'all want more? What the fuck is she doing? I'm reading minds. Think of your questions you want to clarity to answers you wanted to know from the tarot. I'll tell you now. Someone's thoughts. Oh yeah, I've been possessed. It just depends on the dead person I'm talking to whether or not I'm going to be fully possessed or just do a channeled message. Some people I don't allow to possess me, some people force it upon me, and some people I negotiate it with. Someone's thoughts are very peaceful, by the way. Somebody else on here likes Nico, actually. And I'm picturing like this like wavy kind of sky, and I'm hearing all these songs like MGMT, not Kids. Yeah, maybe it's Kids, and again like Nico, and it was like this nice medley of songs and like cloudy, you know those clouds that are like kind of wispy but dotted, you know, with like a gentle wave, and I feel like someone's thoughts were kind of like that, and they were like having a really good day, really peaceful, kind of sunny afternoon vibes in their mind, but a little more watery. That's probably it. Yeah, that might be it. I feel like I just described the visual of acid techno and psytrance. So somebody's mind is just, or maybe it's because somebody's meditating. I don't know. Hey, you guys, should I block that Troy guy? Should I be blocking the Troy guy? I didn't because I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? And he didn't elaborate, and then he's like, I should just go. So I was like, okay, like maybe it's fine. Like it's a one weird comment. It's gonna happen once in a while, and it does sometimes feel like demons are making omelets in my ovaries. Like I don't blame you. It's kind of true, but I'm not on. The thing is, I'm not on my period right now. So I was like, what does that mean? Because if I was on my period, we all know that would have been a banger. That's why I didn't block him. So like, what's the vibe? What's the verdict, you guys? I'm whispering because he said he was meditating, so I don't know if he's I think he can. I think he can stay, unless he says something else. The baby demons are making omelets with your ovaries. That sounds like my period. That sounds like my period. That's what I'm saying. I'm gonna keep him. I'm gonna keep him. Okay. Cheers. Thanks. Yeah, well, we just talked about like chaos magicians and chaos goddesses and same. That's why I'm like, bet. Little weird timing, kind of off putting, but so are we. Kind of fits right in, kind of makes sense, kind of could justify that for no reason. Girl, what the fuck? Does that mean you're getting a happy ending? I thought tantric was all about the like pelvic and groin and genitals. What's a tantric massage? How the fuck would I know? I'm not a masseuse. I don't do yoga. You ask me like every day, do you do yoga? And I'm always like, no. Sorry. This is also why I tell people not to ask questions out loud. Because if you would have been thinking about it like you were supposed to be thinking about, because I said several times, think about your questions, don't put them in the chat, I would have had a more natural answer for you and been able to channel an answer for you and actually known. But when you ask me, I don't know about that stuff. Fucked up. Or you're the one who's supposed to eat the carrots. It's up to you. Okay, so what are you doing asking me? Don't start pissing me off, y'all. Come on. Sorry, why would that piss me off? I don't know. Just because I decided to be irritated? Fuck, man. What does this have to do with Minecraft? All right, does anybody else want their little channel message, or are we going to move on for the evening? Last call. And think about your questions. Think about what answers you want. Think about what you need clarity on. Think it right now. This is your last chance. Think real hard. Think real deep. Think about something very specifically, okay? And I will give you an answer. I'll give you clarity or whatever you need to know. Gotcha. Okay. Hearing something about snow. I don't know if there's somewhere in the world that it's snowing or that there still is snow. Maybe you want snow. Maybe this is like a skiing snow type situation. That might be that one. If you are dealing with something like that, I think for me personally, trying to quit something that's bad for me, no matter what it is, honestly, best method, especially if you have to do like cold turkey or something, think about the damage it does to your body all the time. So if you're dealing with something like snow, think about this, man. 20 years from now, dude, you fucking fall off. Like, I blow out all your veins. No thanks, man. Not to mention here, what, you just don't want to produce serotonin anymore? I guess for what, a 20-minute high at the most? It's so lame. It's such a lame, like, okay, it's cool. Pop a fucking Adderall. It'll last you all goddamn day and night. Like, why waste your time and money on some shit that's gonna be like... So, when I had to quit smoking, when I had to quit doing drugs, when I had to quit anything, even certain foods that I was eating because it was hurting me or whatever, if I had to quit something, I literally will think about how disgusting it is all of the time. Especially smoking cigarettes is an easy one. I would literally be smoking a cigarette and be like, I do not have the health insurance to be able to be in a hospital bed if I were to get lung cancer and my whole body shut down and have a fucking tube in my esophagus. And I would literally think that while I was smoking. I didn't smoke much longer. I pretty much quit after that because you couldn't think of anything else. It was like, wow, I don't even plan on having children. So who the fuck's gonna take care of me when I'm old and decrepit and I destroy myself from smoking? Anything could happen in this lifetime, and if I get the chance to grow old, I would hope I'm in better shape than not, right? Why am I actively doing something that's jeopardizing my chance of not only getting any older, but also making it more likely that I ain't really gonna be that fit? Okay, thinking about that while doing it kind of helps. Help a lot. Made me be like, okay, I want to quit in a whole new way. I want to quit for the long term, right? Because in the short term, you're like, I could save money. I would be less hungover. I would smell better. I would, whatever. Short term, easy goals. Short term goals don't last. Short term goals just don't last. You know what I mean? Longevity is key. Long term goals. Well, when I'm old, I want to be as healthy as possible. My health insurance is not going to cover that. Nose job. Right? Okay, yeah, I need to be able to stay alive long enough to have children to take care of me when I'm old, and when I am, I hope I'm not so decrepit that it is a burden to them. Okay. So cool. Think long term if you're trying to quit something. You know what I mean? Don't think in the short term because money is a terrible motivator. We've seen how that plays out. Good job, everyone. Look around. Look around. Good job, everybody who is so motivated by money. Oh my gosh. Great shit show. Amazing shit show. Beautiful dumpster fire you've created. Yes. So don't be motivated by that. Don't count the days, Think about long term. What are you improving and what can you change? Okay. Again, anybody else? Yes, I did play Detective Barbie as a kid, and I have brought it up on the stream before. It was me if you watched it and you were trying to remember if I was the one who was talking about it or you were just thinking about Barbie games. Detective Barbie was like my favorite CPU game growing up. No, I'm like hearing some kind of like Barbie theme song. Somebody's thinking Barbie uses do. I don't remember the words or what it was from. It's Barbie. Do, 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 do. You know what I'm talking about? I don't know why I'm hearing that. You think I look like Margot Robbie? No one? All Quiet on the Western Front? Is somebody like watching that or reading that or something? Bloody damn close. Seeing red. Like literally just like I was said All Quiet on the Western Front and then it's just red. No Country for Old Men has a red cover to it. The Cormac McCarthy book, because he just died. Somebody's reading No Country for Old Men. It's a great book. It's a great book. I still remember I liked the movie a lot and then I read it after when I was in high school and I was like, dang, that's pretty nuts that they translated the movie as well as they did from the text, but somehow the book is still so much better because Cormac McCarthy's really a great writer. Like he really, yeah, that book stands out to me. I read a lot of books when I was young, so if a book stands out, I think it really does say something. So, it's a great book. Yeah. Okay. So anybody else? Anybody else? Don't say anything. Just think it. What do you want to know? What do you want clarity on? What do you want me to say to confirm that I can feel and hear your existence in my... It's loud. Somebody just wants to be seen and heard. Okay, but what's the point if I can't actually see or hear you? Are you going to confirm that? Are you going to give feedback? What do you want? What do you want me to say? Say my name, when no one is around you. Say, baby, I love you if you ain't running games. Say my name, you acting kinda shady. Ain't calling me baby, why the sudden change? That's as close as you'll get. All right, next. Do it again. It's quiet. It's almost like a guitar slide sound effect quiet. A lot of people, a lot of racket, but it's quiet. There's no real clear message. I do feel like a racket. Maybe it feels like like metal racket, like somebody banging pots and pans, but they're not pots and pans. But I also feel like maybe somebody plays some kind of racket game. But I am seeing like metal, like sheets of metal just kind of bending and clanking together for some reason. Faith Hill. This kiss, it's the way you love me. It's a feeling like this. It's centrifugal motion. It's perpetual bliss. This kiss, unstoppable. I'm hearing kind of funny stuff. I think everyone on here is done. I think everyone's a little so they don't want to think anything. Everyone feels really closed off. It was like they were coming in a lot and then it got really closed off. The sheets of metal, it's almost as if somebody didn't want me to hear what they were thinking. Okay. Okay. But okay, we could be done with that. No, somebody still wants a message. Somebody still wants a message. Okay. What does that even mean? That's what you got from your meditation? Yeah, somebody 222 on the clock. Yeah, no shit. I mean, it's whatever, but I don't know who you are, what you're talking about, but at the same time, I'm always ready. I've been ready. If I ever didn't feel ready, it's because I didn't want to be. I mean, I've always been able to do this. I just was like, hold on. Let me just check out everything else. Let me just see if I can have a normal life. Let me see if I can just walk the path of a person and not do any of this. Let me just see if I can turn it off. Let me see if I can just ignore everything, right? I couldn't. So I'm like, all right, I'm this. It's me. I know. But I don't know who the fuck you are, what you're talking about, but you made it through a banning. So congrats. 55555 all the time. Somebody is being impatient and wants their message. But I wasn't getting anything. Maybe the extra folks are gone. I'll try again. Think about what you want clarity on. Think about what you want me to say. Think about what you want to know. Think about the question you have. Think real clearly right now. This is the last call. We got 8 minutes for the pre-roll. And then I'm not doing these little messages anymore. It's a lot. It's not super exhausting. It's better than tarot. I'm hearing like pink show, but like pink shellac maybe. So nails, pink shellac. Pink something. Slow. Pinkso. I don't know what that means. I don't know. Okay. Sounds threatening and terrifying, if I'm being honest. Had very terrifying hallucinations about that. Now I'm like, God damn it, was that a premonition? Because I'm going to be so upset. Like, what? Who the fuck are you trying to tell me to be a man in 2 months? What are we talking about? Oh, maybe I should have blocked you, yeah? Okay, so anyways. Now all I'm seeing is the vision I had. So that's interesting. Okay, so anyways, if you want clarity on something, I'm not doing tarot readings, but I'm doing messages. Think what you want to know. Don't go. The ends of the earth can come to you if they want to, but you must not go. Please don't go. I'll let you whole. I love you so. Don't go chasing waterfalls. Just stick to the rivers and the lakes that you used to. Look up at the stars, maybe. I don't know. I don't know how many times I have to say to not ask the questions out loud. And I've already asked you, and you're getting annoying. That's so rude of me, not you. That was rude of me. I'm sensing this peaceful place down, like up by a lake, but then I start hearing the Down by the Bay song. So you might like live on the bay or in the bay, bayou, on a bayou. What else? Hey, if that's you, I see you. Hello. Oh, wow. Okay. I don't know who that is, but all right. Oh, thank you for the follow. Got 5 minutes until the pre-roll, so I'm just kind of doing little psychic messages. If y'all want to know something or need clarity on something or thinking about something, think it now. Hello. Because I'm not doing tarot, but I'm doing little psychic messages. So just think it. Think what you want to know. We got 4 minutes until. Okay. Peace. Something about watermelon, where the watermelon grows. That seems weird. So, watermelon seeds will not grow watermelon, I don't think. No, I don't think it's that simple. I don't even know how watermelons grow. They grow on the ground, in the ground. Um, Maybe you can just plant the seeds, but I feel like they have to be before they're fully grown. You plant them in the ground is the thing with watermelon seeds, because you just spit them. I don't think though. I don't know if somebody's like too afraid to Google it. I don't know. Don't ask me. Anyways, Harry Styles song "Watermelon Sugar High." Praise be all along. I'm hearing that some Iggy Azalea song. No, what? The fuck? If you're thinking about me, it'd be weird, and I'll know if you're thinking about me, but I'm not gonna be eavesdropping on anything you're doing. I made that very clear. Okay. You want to take someone out to dinner? You have to ask them. Working up the courage to do it. Because it can't hurt. I mean, first have a conversation. I think it's good to get to know someone. If you meet them at a distance, get to know them at a distance. If you meet them in person, say it, say your intentions without having to commit to a plan. Yeah, that's okay. Yeah. That's basically how you would approach a situation like that. So if there's someone you see in public and you're like, oh, I like this person, and you're trying to figure out how to cross that bridge because you're like, oh, I'm a customer, blah, 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 blah. Let your intentions be known before you ask. Because then they'll be like, well, why don't you ask then? It was like, oh, because I didn't know. I see. You just start putting your intentions out there before you even try. It pretty much, I don't want to say it works every time, but okay, so go that way. But if you're at a distance, then it's better to just start getting to know someone through text, I think, or messaging or calling or whatever, before you can, right? Like, if you don't see them in person already. So it depends on how you met them or how you are meeting them and how you would approach it, in my opinion. Okay. Anything else before we roll the ads? Something about a soccer winnings. If you're gambling, you're betting on a soccer game. Something about a trophy team or something like that. I don't really know. I don't know anything about soccer, so I wouldn't know which way to bet. Go with the right. Click the right one. Click the right one. Click the right one. Yeah. Oh, thank you for the follow. What is with all these accounts that are being created in the very seconds they follow me? It's been happening a lot the past couple days. I just attract a weird crowd. Are they bots? I thought bots didn't count. I don't know. Cool. We have to roll the ads. All right. Hope that was fun for everyone. See you in 3 minutes. Hey y'all. I've been streaming for like 2 hours. So I'm just chilling. I was eating some cookies. My little koala bear cookies. They were really good. I feel like I could eat more, but I just like don't even need that sugar, dude. Okay. What's up? So no. Who are you? Why are you asking that? Cheers though. You smoke? Cheers. I'm a big medicinal baby. Anyway, how's it going, everybody? Sure are a lot of people here. Cheers. Is that why you were asking? Okay, sorry. People have been really weird in the chat tonight, so I do apologize that, like, for people like you who are kind of like newcomers, and it also was like crazy weird because I was reading people's thoughts and giving them random answers to stuff that I didn't even understand, and they're like, "What the fuck?" And that's why they're still watching, but they haven't said anything because they're like, "I don't even know what to say," right? So I'm sorry if I'm coming off as a little abrasive or like a little defensive about literally everything you say. It's totally normal for us to all be like, "Cheers! I'm doing a shot. I'm drinking a beer. I'm smoking weed." So I don't mean to be all sketched out towards you. It's just because the chat was getting weird earlier. And people are hard to read sometimes where it's like somebody seems fine and then some nights they seem like, what the fuck? And then some nights it's fine and then some things is like, whoa, what was that? So it's just been like a long, kind of weird night. Which dude? The one who pretends to be your friend? Or maybe he is your friend. I don't know what the fuck. Which dude? Because it's a lot. Yeah, no, it was just like there's so much going on. What did he say? I didn't even ban him. I didn't even. He was still in. Should I? What did he say? The whole thing's weird. Like everything was just so weird. Should I block him? Yeah. I don't. The thing is, it's people saying she's casting spells. I don't know. That's not what I'm doing. It's far from what I'm doing. That's not what I do. Like, what the fuck? This rando talking about. That's so fucking creepy. She's casting spells. It's reverted to her. What the fuck? I would never cast a spell on someone's baby. Yeah, I think so. I mean, I think so. That's the thing. All I ever cast is blessings and love and like I'm very honest and open. I don't really cast at all. You know? Forecasting is the only thing I do, and that's predictive text. That's just like getting a vision and having the foresight to guess something could happen. Like, you know what I mean? Okay. Um, yeah, so I do have like this contraption, and it's not a contraption, it's like a terrarium. Maybe. And I fill it with like stones and I hang things on it, but I do put intentions into it, right? So I try to be candid about these things because I know that I do scare people. I mean, if I'm like, oh, I'm a witch, people take it so seriously, and it's like, I do take magic seriously, and I don't know how much I identify with a witch as much as it's easy to identify with a witch because it's a bit all-encompassing and it's a word we're all familiar with. I really consider myself more of a holy man, a practitioner, a necromancer, a whole bunch of other things besides witch, but you can just roll it all into one and call me a bitch instead if you want to. Either way, I have this terrarium. It's glass and it's got a point, so a point with a circle, which I find very good because circles are continuous motions and softer sound illuminations rather than points are very conducive and therefore intrusive and in and out. So I prefer these shapes. Glass, anything clear, really cleansing, really pure. I fill it. There's a bunch of stones, there's rocks, sage, cookies, candy. It's just a bunch of stuff. So whenever I put something in there, I say something nice. Ooh, big spell I'm casting. You're reverting that to me? Thank you. I'm sending out love. This is for happiness. This is for wisdom. This is for all the things that I love. This is for making good decisions. This is for this person to have what they want, regardless of what I want. This is for me to get what I need rather than what I want. Like, what am I? That's funny. Protection all day long. Spellcasting what? The fuck are you talking about? That's cool though. If that's what's getting sent back to me is love, blessings, protection, and money, then hell yeah. Okay, cool. Fuck yeah. Woo! Cool. Amazing, actually. Love that. Yes, because right on top is my heart-shaped glasses. So once again, through the lens of love, through the eyes of love, sending out love, finding the vibration of love and the frequency of love. So if that's what people are so afraid of, then they need to ask themselves, why is that what they fear? Honesty, truth, justice, abundance, wisdom, knowledge, reform, growth, accountability. Why are those things that you fear? Because that's my practicing. That's what I'm doing. The fuck? I write rap songs about my enemies, bro. And that's probably spell casting. But that's why I don't say anything too graphic or gruesome. I mostly talk about myself. No, I do not. Like, what? Who are you? What the fuck is up with people? Like, why did I just tell you that you... unless... what is this? Unless it's literally... Okay, so, no. Why would you say that? Why would you say that? After the... Do I just block all of these accounts? What the fuck is going on? What is happening? What is this? All of this. What? Just, everybody's quiet. Everything is quiet. What the fuck is this? That's what I'm saying. What is happening? Who is this? What is going on? Like all these accounts, and then like literally they're saying, I think that's wow, that's so weird. But I didn't block any of them yet. That's why I'm like, I'm giving them a chance to like explain themselves. What the fuck are you talking about? Who the fuck are you? Okay. And they don't. And so it's like, just block them all. What is this? Is this like a type of harassment? Cause what the fuck? Yeah, they both are. But that's why it's like, um, what? I want to copy down this conversation though before we do any banning. Hold on. The message, a spell has been placed on her. Be aware. Okay. It's so funny and cute. Hi. But why are they making no accounts if I didn't actually join them? It's just like, what the fuck? This is so funny. Not now, Gloria. I'm crawfishing. Everything's going so slow right now. Oh no. Yeah, this is the one. I need a snapshot of this one too. This is just such a goofy night. Like, what the fuck? Oh yeah, I want that one too. Shit is so funny. Like, what y'all come on here on? Just because I'm fucking, I don't know. I feel like I'm an easy target. I feel like it's like not even fair. Like, I'm so fucking weird and have been bullied for such a long time. It's like, if you really are trying to fuck with me, it's like, why? Like, I promise you, God has done enough work. This is the funniest thing. The baby demons are making omelets with your ovaries is literally like the funniest thing I have ever read. Like, what? What? Um, so slow. Two on the time. 2 hours and 22 minutes. Sorry, y'all. I'm getting the best parts of these conversations before I ban and block. This just funny to me, man. I don't even fucking know. Well, what a night this was. Cool. This was great. This was really great. Yeah, no, I loved it. This was a lot of fun. This was really a cool time. I wasn't weird at all. People didn't treat me like garbage. Like, yeah. Oh, did you just come back down? What the fuck even was any of that? Someone just said that I sucked the negativity out of their dick, but then did not say anything after that. And I waited like a solid 10 minutes before I banned them because I was like, who are you? And they like did not want to answer to that. So I just kind of banned and blocked. What am I supposed? I don't know I don't even know what I'm supposed to do. That's just crazy. This is crazy. Like the omelets and the ovaries. It's like, what are you people on here about? I don't know. And snake bite joke. I don't have snake bites. What are we talking about? Um, it was just really wild. It was really wild. So, uh, uh, I'm over it. Okay. For sure, for sure, for sure. Sure. Yeah, it was like that. It was just that. Like, that's all it was. It was just like that. So, yeah. I got nothing. I want to roll the ads. It's been 20 minutes since we rolled ads. We have 40 solid minutes before I need to roll ads. But it's just like me and Dom and 9 people watching this all play out. And it's like, what even is this? Do y'all just hate my guts? Why are you watching this? You're watching me get harassed. You're not even saying anything. You just sit here and you take. What the fuck do you want? What do you want? It's so weird. So I'm just gonna go because what a horrible night that everyone forced me to have. No one forced me to have it. I chose to stream. I didn't take the harassment seriously enough in the beginning. So fuck it. I'm stupid. I gotta go. I don't know what else to say or do. So good night to all of you. Thank you for stalking the shit out of me once again. It's been yeah, it's just been fucking weird, you know. I don't get why so many people watch and just don't say anything. It's like silence is violence. We know this. Stand by. Do what? And then what are you still watching for? Okay. So, good night everyone.